Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whomever you're doing, and whatever you're eating. Hi, this is Antisocial. This is the Antisocial Hour-ish show. We are in beautiful, sort of Vancouver, Washington. Not the Vancouver with David Duchovny and his Girlfriends of the Week Club, but the other Vancouver with 13 Walmarts in one block radius. Hi. Okay, this week it's going to be our 50th show, so it's kind of a big deal. And I decided to get somebody who's not only an amazingly gorgeous singer, but she has people that talk for her, through her, and with her. This is April Brucker. How are you?
Good, good. How are you? And as you would say, it's wicked cool to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. I have been checking you out for the last few weeks, kind of learning all about the goddess of modest that is you. When you were like a little girl, did you like make hand puppets and sock puppets and talk to yourself or?
Well, that's actually funny that you asked because I was a really quiet kid in school. I was not, like outgoing. And the only time guys talked to me was if they wanted to know what Emily Dickinson meant in a poem. So, like, I was not like at the top of the socialist, like ever in high school or middle school or whatnot.
Queen of the
So,
nerds.
yeah.
So,
So, anyway, yeah. So fast forward, where was it? Anyway, so when I was growing up, I didn't have cable either because I was really winning.
yeah.
And when I got to be in middle
We had
school,
government cheese, so you know.
so there you go. You know all about winning.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so fast forward, I get into middle school where I'm a huge winner. And I mean, guys were asking me out as a joke every week. So at least like was getting some attention, not the right kind. So my my brother was playing football because I'm from Western Pennsylvania.
That's the
Football's king.
law. It
It's
is
the
the law.
law.
Yeah.
It's the law. He could no longer play soccer. He had to grow up and play real American football. So, anyway, my dad wanted the local sports channel to see all the scores.
Naturally.
So, after fighting with the cable company for over an hour on the phone, like it was an hour. I only want one channel, Mr. Brooker. You got to get 40, but I only want one. We finally had cable, and I finally discovered who Leonardo DiCaprio was. And then I discovered Talk to the Hand, which was like I swear almost killed my father. So fast forward, it's after one of my brother's high school football games. We're sitting around, we're eating Wendy's, and my dad changes the channel because 40 channels, 40
There's
more commercials. He hated the commercials.
sure.
And he gets to
Your
an
dad
Edgar Berg.
discovers porn. No.
Well, no, actually, who knows? My brother discovered porn, so you were close. So anyway, oh yeah, he discovered that was like a whole nother thing. So anyway, fast forward, we got to this Edgar Bergen TV special,
Oh.
and the rest of my family members tried to talk like the ventriloquist, but she was the only one who could do it. Thank you, Mr. Hand. She could do it all night long, just like her brother who discovered porn.
And you
Okay,
also
Mr.
are playing with one hand, like your brother
Yeah,
discovered
there I
porn.
was. There, yeah. See, you had all these teenagers in the house playing with their hands. Uh, so then that Christmas, my mother got me a Groucho Marx puppet and put it under the tree.
Aw, that's cool. That's supportive. How old were you? Like 13, 12?
Oh yeah, 13. My mom is the best. I love my mom. As a matter of fact, like my mom is probably 90% of the reason I've done any of this with my life. When I told her what I wanted to do, she didn't tell me I was out of my mind. She
She
said,
already knew that part.
yeah, she exactly. She looked at me and she said, April, you're out of your mind, but we got to get you to New York City.
Smart ma.
Oh, she was way smart. Like she was always doing her research and she would say if it was like, but my mom was always like 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Was,
yes.
was she, was, did she work outside of the home or was like taking care of you guys 100% her job?
100%. Like she'd been a teacher and then when we were growing up, she was home. but
That's a
she
harder
just,
job.
oh, it is. It's a harder job because you don't get to escape your children. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I
It
was an
makes you want to
auntie.
drink. It makes you want to drink more, right?
And often. Yeah.
Hey, children make you want to drink. Yes, you know.
I forgot to have them. I just spaced it out, My
Well,
entire 30s and 40s went by and I went, oh, 50 and I didn't have any. Oh, geez, that's a shame.
but you're free. Well, I have 38 children, but here's the thing. Okay, it's not what you think. My uterus is still intact. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up Catholic, but I wasn't that Catholic. All right.
Well, you're always on your knees when you're in the Catholics, right?
This is true. You are
Stand,
always
sit, stand, sit,
stand, sit,
eat, eat,
stand,
eat.
sit. Yeah, you said penance for everything. But I have 38 children of my own. But here's the catch: my children do what I want them to.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, hello. Speaking of hello,
Hey,
it's Aunt.
gorgeous.
Thank you. This is May Wilson, and you are antisocial.
Yes, it's like Michelle, but I'm so.
So, like, totally. I woke up this morning because I hadn't gone to bed yet.
I love that you look like a cross between Marilyn Monroe and Mae West.
Thank you. That was the intention with all this plastic surgery. And because
Styrofoam
Christmas is
surgery.
coming up, Santa, I have one thing to say. I want a billionaire under the tree wrapped in a prenup, okay?
And
You
Mohammed, this is where the video is going to get put in, just so you know. Okay.
and May, but what about love? Love? Money can't buy you love, but it can buy you a lot of diamonds and cocaine.
Now you live in Vegas, May?
Yes, I live in Vegas.
Ah,
Fabulous Las Vegas.
I've
The
had many
home.
husbands in Vegas.
You've had many husbands? Well, are they buried in the desert? I won't tell.
Not yet, I keep hoping.
You see, May, but what about you? What about a job? A job? Hey, girl, I thought that you were my friend. I am your friend. You're not as loyal as a Red Sox fan when they lose, okay?
Hey, now I take that personally.
Okay, come on, May. We like the Red Sox, but hey, girl, I don't like you. Why is that? Because you're a Yankees fan. Okay, I'm
Oh,
guilty.
yeah. Ooh.
I'm guilty. But 10 years in New York. But May, what else? Do you believe in love at first sight? Okay, the guys watching want to know.
Yeah.
Well, I only believe if he's holding a platinum card, diamond ring, and insurance policy. Duh.
And how much should that insurance policy be?
Let's see, a few $1 million. It is not cheap to be me. Okay,
There are standards you have to uphold.
that's right. So, but May, you're kind of famous, right? Yes. You see, the Daily Mail did an article on April a few years ago because
Yes,
they
I've
wanted to do
heard.
they wanted to do a story on law. And the article went viral from England to Iceland to Italy, then Russia to China to India, then Ghana to Nigeria to
Wasn't there
Kenya.
a man involved with this video?
Yep, there was a man involved, and it even went to Guatemala. That's right. We are celebrities in Guatemala.
Oh my gosh.
And and basically the article read, ventriloquist dumps her fiance after he makes her choose between him and her puppets. She
Oh,
wisely finally chose her puppets, okay?
well, yeah, the puppets won't be on the floor. And you never have to
Got it.
clean the stripes out of a puppet's underwear.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. And let me tell you, there were a lot of stripes in that underwear, okay? You're not supposed to tell anybody that, May. Well, okay, but to be fair, he did propose on the third date, which I thought was extremely romantic. Red flag, red
All
flag.
right, I've been going red flag all over the place. Third date. Where did you guys go on the third date?
We went to a sandwich shop where we split a sandwich. And April over here was
Red
stupid
flagging
enough to
again.
pay.
I'd be going, if he's paid for half a sandwich, maybe he just needed a place to live.
I think that was the case. I think that that was the case. But, I was the only one that was shocked when the relationship got worse. Dummy.
Oh my goodness. So there was actually a TV show done about you.
Yeah. And so, because what had happened was after about a year, I was miserable. And I look under the bed and there's May. And I was
Oh,
collecting bugs and not in the fun kind like Kim Kardashian has. Okay.
that's an issue. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so I
When you're
said to
getting
May,
filler and it's moving, that's bad.
yeah, so bad. Okay. And it wasn't like the cute Botox stuff. Thank you. So I come into the kitchen with May on my arm and I say, honey, I've chosen. And I said, and it's not you. And P.S. I have magnifying glass and I still can't see your dick. Sayonara, fucker.
The space shuttle had issues.
Space shuttle had issues. So, yeah, I mean, he didn't have a whole, like, I don't know why I was there. Sometimes in a bad relationship, you're just there because you're there. Uh,
Yeah,
so,
I had one or six of those. I did get
Family.
married 4 times, so this one is the last because I'm done. This is it. I'm
Listen,
good.
what do you think of that, May? She got married 4 times.
That's right.
Well, let's just put it this way. For 4 times, you should get $400,000. $400,000. Why's that? Pain and suffering. Duh.
Yeah. So life sentence. You're right.
Yeah, pain and suffering. I agree. That's the one thing May and I agree on. So anyway, May, so I spent all this time becoming a really good ventriloquist, performing everywhere,
Hmm.
delivering singing telegrams to support myself.
Oh,
And May and I were street performing in Brooklyn, where I was the star,
I love it. Yeah.
and this really cute guy comes up and says, "Excuse-moi, can I take your picture?" And I said,
Where did he
"Sure." And
take
he,
it?
well, wouldn't you like to know? And it was for a lot of money too. So anyway, I started to tell him about my ex-fiance, because all guys want to know that.
Of
Not,
course. Of course. Yeah.
yeah,
That's always the first thing you should talk about.
yeah, really. And so he says my girlfriend doesn't always understand my camera. And so I was like, darn. So anyway, but it only made me try harder for more illicit, inappropriate pictures.
Aren't there any other kind?
What do you think, May? No,
Oh, no.
duh.
Absolutely not, May. Oh my God, no. I
So
don't take
we,
selfies. I take novies.
well, let's just put it this way. I only take pictures that I can sell for a lot of money later. Oh.
That's smart.
So a year later, we get a phone call from a casting company. And it's like, excuse me, we're so and so from this casting company. Is it true that you left your fiance for your puppets? And I said, there were other issues in the relationship. And I took the phone and I said, well, it is true. And we're there. And
And how much are we
apparently,
getting? And when are we shooting?
exactly. So anyway, but basically the girlfriend of the guy that took our picture was casting. That's how we got the gig. Uh-huh.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I got in one of the DLC shows because a rat bit me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, a rat bit you?
911 Vegas. I was Cinevic, I was rat training for Penn and Teller. My ex-husband is a music director for Penn and Teller. And I was rat training for Penn and Teller. I kept a lot of rats. One of them came off the street, moved in, wanted cheese. I gave him yogurt. He didn't like it. He bit me. I went to the hospital.
God,
Yeah, my,
that's
my
so.
hand grew up to the size of a baseball glove. It was cool. It
Wait,
wasn't
so
as
a rat?
funny as your story, but
No, but it's a good story. A rat never bit me. Like you like risked rabies. That's like really horrible. Like you got to get like all these shots when a rat bites you.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to take off this finger. We're gonna take off that." And I'm Italian, so I can't even talk when they say things like that. It's like I gotta take off my finger when I say words. This is
So
horrible.
May, she got bitten by a rat. What do you have to say? Bitten by a rat? Well, April, you almost married your ex who was a rat, so you're close.
You almost married your ex. That's
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, he wanted to elope. Like he wanted to elope and break the news to my father when the time was right.
When the time was right. So how old would have you been when your time was right?
I
90?
have no idea. The time would have never been right because he couldn't hold a job and he kept saying, I want to retire to your home state. Like he wanted to retire to Pennsylvania. And I said, Doofus, in order to do that, you have to work at McDonald's for more than a week.
You can't retire unless you re something.
Yeah.
You
And
have
he
to
was
get
all,
tired first.
yeah, well, he got this job at McDonald's and he showed up for, okay, he had to work like 5 days, like 40
Okay,
hours
the
a week.
guy that ate half a sandwich got a job at McDonald's.
Yes. So he stopped showing up after 3 days because like they make him work and then he still wanted to get paid at the end of the week. I mean, he was like amazing. We never said it what, but amazing. And oh
I
my,
know Hollywood people whose kids are like that. They're like, well, dad has money. I don't have to work. No, that's not how it is in the real world.
no, no. And he was from an unfortunate background. Like I thought that he would have been like really motivated,
Uh-huh.
but he was like lazier than any trust fund kid that I knew.
That's
Totally
so bad.
lazy. Totally lazy. And he was cheating on April too. Yeah, he was.
Bitch, please. No, really?
Yeah, he was cheating on me with an old girlfriend. And she wore a t-shirt of White Snake. Now you know why the band broke up.
That was all these red flags are just waving in the wind.
I know, but he loved me and I wanted to be with him forever. This is the dummy. This is what I'm talking about, April.
You know what
So,
though? That emotion, it's like a drug. It gets in your head. It messes you up.
but here's the thing. It's like, but our story because of TLC, and if you turn on Hulu and you look at the banner,
Yeah.
we're on the banner.
You
No, no, May.
are. That's
Yeah,
actually one of the reasons I hunted you down.
yeah, we're on the banner. And
So cool.
but he's on the banner because of law. Okay, don't get it twisted. All right.
Of
And
course.
but anyway, we were on the banner and the Daily Mail did a story. And so then the Daily Star hit us up to do a story.
Wow.
That's right. And they called to speak to law. It's true. They actually wanted to put May on the phone. Okay.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, May is the only reason that I do anything. See, April, you're finally coming around. It's true. She's the only reason I have a career.
well,
It's not,
Lamb Chop got Sherry Lewis a career, so I totally get it.
yeah, well, see, April, you're coming around. So anyway, so they interviewed us in the Daily Star, and we were in, I guess, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, and it was the week of Halloween. And no, Count Dracula did not call me. I'm so pissed off. Oh,
So you had a Slovakian romance in your mind.
yeah, you had it. And what about Estonia, May? Well, I wanted some big, handsome man named, what's an Estonian name? Nikolai.
Oh.
Oh, that's such a great name to say in bed. Nikolai. Oh,
It's Nicola.
oh. Yeah. And so that was like Halloween week. And so then, of course, in addition, but May, you helped me do a big project. Yes, April wrote a book, and you can see it behind us. It's called Don't Read My Lips. It's the secrets on how to be a good ventriloquist. It's available on Amazon. I'm
We'll
selling
have a link
autographed
below so
copies.
everybody will check it out.
Yeah, I'm selling autographed copies on my website. But I'm going to tell
Excellent.
you a secret. I helped April write the book. I taught her everything she knows. There you go,
Wait, who
May.
types? Do you type, May, or does April type?
I dictate.
Okay.
Okay? And I dictate in more ways than one.
Yes, you don't want to ruin your nails. I understand.
Now, but still, I mean, but May, you got to admit this is a yeah. So it's available, and but this is a tough lady. She got bit by a rat, May.
Yeah, but I didn't write a book about that. And
Sure, you
you've
should
actually
write a
written
book.
two books, haven't you?
Yeah. Then the other one is I came, I saw, I sang, memoirs of a singing telegram delivery girl. I only have a small role in that book because I was hunting for a sugar daddy.
I always end up with Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth. And again, my favorite candy is 100 grand, and that's where I start.
Oh, I'm off in the sky bar.
Skyline, there we go. So, but yeah, you should write a book about being bitten by a rat, because I find that turning your pain into art is the best kind of pain there is. We turned our pain into art, right, May? No, no, you turned your pain into art. I just made it sound pretty. Okay,
I started an organization called Comedotherapy, where a bunch of comedians go around and help cancer patients get through chemotherapy by doing stand-up routines while they're getting their chemo done.
and actually, that's some of the most fun is we've done those shows. We've done shows in hospitals, and
Mhm.
they're always the most appreciative audiences. You've done shows for sick children. That's right.
Oh,
You've done shows
cool.
for cancer patients. Yeah. And you've done shows for veterans. Uh-huh. You've
Now
done
I'm
shows,
also a veteran, so I'm impressed.
and you've done shows at an HIV hospice. Uh-huh. You've done shows for people in drug and alcohol recovery. Uh-huh. And what other group have you done shows for? Wayward ventriloquists. So, but what service branch are you a veteran of?
I am a United States Navy veteran. I worked for the dive unit in Little Creek, Virginia.
Wow, the dive unit. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for being somebody to serve.
Of course, and let me put it this way. I love Navy guys because they go down under.
Yeah, and they're always talking about their semen.
That's right. And they want you to touch their submarine.
Oh, yeah. Torpedo one, torpedo two.
So, but May, what do you think of Marines? Well, I like Marines, but I got a secret. The Navy owns them. Oh, don't do that to the Marines, May. May has she used to have two Marines that used to come drive her and see her everywhere. That's right, not April. It was me that they came to see. Semper Fi, fellas, I love you.
Yeah, and Semper Fi is always faithful. What is that? Is that a good commentary for the Marines? Always faithful?
Always faithful because they followed us, and I had a buddy, Dave Rosner, that performed comedy with me, and he was a Marine, and he got me to publish my first book. He got me to get it out of the drawer, and he's like, Brooker, what are you waiting for?
Get that book out of your drawers.
Yes, exactly. That's it's like, and then a buddy of mine that had a Navy background too. And I believe Carucci did, Rich Carucci and Rick Carino. They got me, through the early days of my breakup by telling me that I had to have a better attitude about, the whole ventriloquist thing moving forward. And so that's one thing a military background does is you keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, you look at the bigger picture. You definitely look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, and you're
Absolutely.
like, and I might hate everybody around me, but is this stand? But how am I going to get this done? It doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah. Is this person going to be my timeline when my timeline's all said and done? Probably not.
And my manager Clinton Billups was an artillery officer. I can never say it right. And anytime I talk to him, he goes, "Okay, is this helping you get to your objective?" And I'm like, I'm an artist. I'm all feelings. And so, but yeah, it actually, and both my grandfather served, so I love the military. And let's
Cool.
just put it this way: I always like a flag when it's at full mast.
You got to shine those poles, man. You got to shine those poles.
Every day you gotta shine those balls and you gotta blow that bugle. All right.
It's a flugel for some of them. So,
A Google.
but did your brother end up going in the military?
Oh
In
no.
football? No?
Football, Brown University.
Oh, smart
No,
guy.
yeah, smart guy. No, no, no military. But May and I though, but while we never went to the military, we were in the trenches with some of my bad choices when it came to men.
You're always you got to get in the safety ditch.
Yeah,
Um,
the safety ditch. You know the feeling. I mean, you've been married 4 times and bitten by a rat. You got to go to that
exactly,
safety ditch.
exactly. One of the marriages was a rat. Yeah, I got
Oh, there you
the
go.
first
Two rats
husband, the
for
gay husband, no, starter husband, gay husband, the cool husband that would have lasted a long time, but there was other issues. It was a Vegas wedding, and
listen.
then this guy who I'm keeping because he's not in the arts at all. I just
There you
dropped a
go.
piece of apple. He's
Tell you a
Atlas.
secret. Can I tell you a secret? I got a crush on Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper. May, he doesn't like female puppets. Well,
That's
I can
right.
change his mind. May. How do I say this nicely? He doesn't like. He likes to ride bicycles without a seat.
That's
Well,
right.
I like to ride bicycles without a seat all night long.
So does he.
So does he. That's the thing. May Anderson's gay, so he's not into women. You know what? That doesn't matter. I can keep his money, and we can both have sex with other men. All
Uh,
right.
He is into hands, I'm guessing.
Oh, all the time. Yes, all the time. You see, you gotta work around that. You see, I have sex with other men. You have sex with other men. I keep your money, and I
You
just
guys,
keep getting plastic surgery.
you can go bakery hunting together. Like, oh, there's a
Yeah,
cheesecake. There's a little muffin. There's a little bagel.
there we go. We can rate the guys.
That's
One,
right.
two, three. See, but May, but Kathy Griffin's already done that. So what? I have more human skin than she does.
I don't understand what you mean. May, do you have any brothers or sisters too?
OMG. You see, I have a sister named June. Wait, May, you have a sister named June. Yes, and we don't talk. Why don't you talk? Because she's a mine. Wait, your sister named June. Your sister named June's a mine? Well, but May, that I didn't know that. Yeah, she always had to win at the quiet game when we were kids, and is still holding the grudge. I see. But why not just like try to make friends with her now? Well, April, she is so selfish. She picked a hard word for ventriloquist to say. And besides, we have nothing in common. I'm about being outside the box. She's
Mhm.
about being in the box. Uh-huh. And
What's
don't tell me that July and August are your parents. Yes, July and August are my parents. My mother's a sock. My father's a pillowcase. I came into this world confused. Ah! Okay, get it together. What about August and September? They got to be better. Oh, they're my twin brothers. They're a total jinx. A total jinx.
why is that?
Um, a total jinx. August and September. That is not a nice thing to say about your twin brothers. It's true. They're voodoo dolls. What about October, November, December, and January and February? That's my cat, my dog, my aunt, my uncle, my goldfish. They're okay. Well, there we go.
They're okay.
What about February? Oh, she's my aunt. She's boring. What about March? March? He's a success story of the family. He's in the automotive industry. Does he own a car dealership? No, he's a crash test dummy. Which brings me back to April. Ta-da!
It's adorable. Now, who sings more, April, you or May?
That's the tricky thing, because when we were approached to do Merry Christmas, I'm so glad I didn't marry you, and
Yes,
ode to dating duds of Christmas past, Costas Dino, who's Grammy nominated, and he's a Grammy nominated producer. He's worked with everybody. He
cool.
had dinner with Bon Jovi the night before he came to record with us.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
that's right. Hello, Bon Jovi. I'm living on a prayer, baby. So, anyway, so he comes to record with us. When he approached us about it, we're like, Costas, you are out of your effing mind. I am doing a song with May. And I said, Costas, I could be the new queen of Christmas. Move over, Mariah Scary. Mariah Scary, are you aware she's watching? On second thought, Mariah, I love you. I totally love you. I want to be your BFF. This is what I got to live with. So he approached us about doing the song, and we wrote it. And so we recorded it, and I thought he was crazy. But then, people started playing it. It started catching on.
Sure.
Who was the first to play it, May? Kyle and Jackie O in Australia. That's right.
You are internationally famous,
Yeah.
obviously, but
I don't know if I'm internationally famous, but I am an international star. I know. Just treat me like you would any celebrity show business legend. Okay, maybe not.
we're just going to change your middle name to Stella.
That's right. You should. Star. So, but anyway, so it was on the Kyle and Jackie O show in Australia. That's
Uh-huh.
right. Like I said, I don't just go down under with Navy guys. And so it got played, and then it just, and then it got on some TV networks. It's just been making the rounds.
Perfect.
And as a matter of fact, we got a nice review in what's it called? Echo Rebel. Yeah, that's right. Echo Rebel called it the most unlikely Christmas single of the year, and it's a UK blog that they profile everyone and everything and all these bands that are exploding. And so they called us the most unlikely Christmas single of the year because of
That's great.
my vocal prowess.
You got the album cover of the year, I think, too, which I mean, it's just gorgeous. The photos are
Thank you.
gorgeous.
Thank you. What do you think, May? What do you think? I think that we definitely have the Christmas single of the year, April, because of me. No, no, May, because of us. No, me, us, me, us, me. May, there's no I in team, but there's a me.
There's also a T.
There's also a T in team, which
Yeah.
means I'm getting teed off with you. How can you get teed off with more, April? You would have no career if it was not for me. You and said so yourself. Okay. But yeah, but we've been getting a lot of love, Scarfire Radio in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
We're on Mexican radio right now. That's right.
Like the
I am on Mexican radio, and we're going to be doing an interview in Mexican radio in like a few weeks.
Are
Mucho
you going to be singing
gusto.
"We're on a Mexican radio" when you do it?
You know it. I'm on a Mexican radio.
That's gotta.
On a Mexican
Whoa, whoa,
radio.
radio.
Oh,
Here's my
Tijuana.
childhood. That's so
And
funny.
so you're on the radio in Mexico. Where else are you? Hungary.
Naturally, you're Slovakians. They love you.
Yeah, they love you in Slovakia. And where else? Hungary. Oh, in Poland. They love me in Poland.
Wow. So, like, the Eastern Bloc is hunting you down.
Yeah, they're hunting you down. And weren't you on the radio in Ukraine? That's right. I was on the radio in Ukraine. Hello, Zelensky.
They need cheering up in the Ukraine.
Yeah, and actually, the little guy that does the radio show in Ukraine, he
uh,
actually does it from a bunker.
oh man, the gal that does the art for the shows in Ukraine, and I just get petrified every time when I don't hear from
I
her.
know.
It's like,
I know. And then we've been getting a lot of love from the UK, whether it's the Daily Star, a lot of radio shows. There's a show in Cornwall that just interviewed you, May. They plugged you this week. You're going to be on next week.
you've
I
been
let April.
plugged.
Yes, I got it. Yes, I got plugged in all the fun ways.
Cornwall's gorgeous. I love Cornwall. It's one of my favorite parts of England.
Yeah, because it's apparently by the beach. I
Yeah.
wonder if they allow skinny dipping.
They allow chubby dipping.
So, oh, there you go. So, can I, and I had all these pickup lines for him. I said, "Hello, my little crumpet."
Ask him if he's got fish and chips.
Oh, I know, and I want his fish and chips all the time.
Like the brown sauce.
Mate, you are out of control. But what if like a member of the British royal family's watching? This is what I'll say to them. I'll say, Prince, what do you call it? The other one with the red hair, Harry. Yeah. If it's not working out with you and Megan, I am in Hollywood. And how are you in Hollywood, May? You know the show Fallout? Yeah, I know about the show Fallout. Tell me about the show Fallout. The post-apocalyptic show? That didn't come out right. Well, that's your fault. Well, anyway, um, we you just did a duet with the world famous Ink Spots. That's right. And the Ink Spots
Oh,
music
brilliant.
is all over Fallout. And April and I, because I need my handler there,
Yeah.
just did a duet with the world
Your
famous Ink
handler.
Spots
Yeah.
called "That's the Way It Is," and it's a cover of the 1945 song by
Oh,
the
it's
Ink
a
Spots and
great
Ella
tune.
Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
and it's written by Alex C. Kramer and Joan Whitney. And and where have we been getting play with this? We've been getting play in India and the Philippines.
Wow. You're like number one in Diego Garcia. This is so cool.
That's right. Number one in Diego Garcia. I am the thunder from Manila.
That's so cool. So do you also perform in Vegas?
Yeah, we
I mean,
perform in
not in a
Vegas.
street corner, like in an actual location.
We do, yeah. And as a matter of fact, we are getting ready to do a new resident show. It's called Dummies After Dark, and we're just, we're getting it together now. And so stay tuned for 2026, where I'm going to be a star.
Now there are other women ventriloquists in Vegas, are there not?
Not other women ventriloquists that I know of,
There's
but
one. I'll have to send you the link to this. One of my old friends is out there, so I'll
oh,
send
cool,
you a link to
okay.
her. Yeah.
But we're always anxious to meet other female ventriloquists.
That's cool. It's like power to the dames, I think.
That's what I think. Okay,
Yeah.
May.
But it's really hard to say some words, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Let's see. What are some words that are hard for me to say? May Wilson. Yeah, it's hard to say May Wilson, and that's the funny
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Is
that
I
would be
is I
hard.
picked the hardest word for two of the hardest words for ventriloquist to say to make May's name, Stanley. And but the reason I did that was I'm April and she's May. And growing up, people were like, "You're April. Is your sister's name May?" You know, because they always have the obnoxious. Because my dad wanted to give me this name because he wanted me to be like Hearts and Flower, but he
Mhm.
gave you a stripper name instead, April. So anyway, and that is true, he did. So, but anyway, I named her May, and I needed a last name for her. And a legendary ventriloquist that I worked with said May needs a last name.
Yeah.
So I tried Mayflower, you know.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
cute. Yeah.
Dennis the Menace was when I had three channels as a kid. That was my favorite cartoon,
Aw.
and I used to get him through the fuzzies. I like Dennis the Menace,
Yeah, the
and
Mr. Wilson next door.
yep, and that's how she got her last name.
Aw.
And it's the hardest thing for a ventriloquist to say. May Wilson.
Yeah, I can't even imagine it. Now, the whole process of throwing your voice, that's to me is an amazing physical treat. I mean, feat, yeah. Treat and feat.
It is actually the throwing my voice is it's one of those things that you get better and better and better at it the more you do it. And there are some ventriloquists that can throw their voices everywhere. If you've ever seen Paul Zerden, he can throw his voice everywhere. I can do it okay, but he's one of those folks that's really good.
I like the ones that do
And
that, like the in the box stuff, like
oh yeah, he's one of those guys. Yep.
yeah.
And then there are some that can do the voice swap. April's voice swap is actually decent. I don't know if she wants to see her voice swap. Oh, come
Oh,
on,
I do,
April.
I do.
All right, here goes. Hi, this is going to great interview. Like, it's totally been the best interview ever. Come on, April. You wish this is going to good interview. No, 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 no. I'm May. Get with the program. You're April. How did I get to be April? Because you're lame and you have this monotone robotic quality. Well, I'm excited. You're not exciting. I make you exciting. Whatever. Keep telling yourself that. I love being in this body. Oh my God. I'm going to get to go out. I'm going to get all the guys I want. I thought you already got all the guys you want. Well, I couldn't do it without you, but now I can do it without you. April! Shut up, May. You're just as annoying in my body. Whatever. Hello, Mr. Sugar Daddy. Why am I so stiff? Oh, I have to control you? OMG. Too bad. So sad. Mr. Sugar Daddy. Why am I waving? This is a really weird body for me. Oh my God.
You have to do things like use the toilet and feed it.
So
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
Okay, I want my body back. No. You're gonna have to use the toilet. Wow, that was weird.
That was so fun. So I talk to myself constantly. For you, talking to yourself must be really weird.
Actually, I do it all the time, and I talk to myself. I'm one of those folks. It's just how I think things out. And so I was practicing some of her lines on the beach the last time I saw my family. I was introducing my good friend
Uh,
Alon New, the man who knows, at his he was doing a show,
mhm.
and I was running lines and because that's how because I'm a classically trained actor at NYU, that's how we do things.
Yeah.
And my mom comes up to me and she goes, April, I have to talk to you. I said, what's up, Mom? She said, is everything okay in your life? I said, yeah, Mom. I said, usual stresses. You're stressing me out more. What's up? And she says, you were talking to yourself on the beach. I said I was running lines. She goes, oh, okay. And I said, why are you so concerned about me talking to myself? I've been a ventriloquist for how long?
Right. It's kind of part of the job, ma.
Yeah, really, you know?
Ma, I heard you doing it for 30 years. What the hell?
I know, but yeah, but she was like, you're talking to yourself on the beach, you know?
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. A friend of mine does stand up as an opener as the MC for nighttime burlesque shows in Vegas. Is that still a thing out there?
Some of them, yeah, like a lot of shows closed during the pandemic and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, but nighttime burlesque shows are still a thing, absolutely.
Cool. Nancy Ryan's out there. If you ever see her, she's
Yep,
wonderful.
Nancy's funny. Yep.
And she's an amazing photographer.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Really good photographer.
She's so I was like I was blown away. I didn't know she had that part to her and like boom, this just these photographs are just like make you want to watch. It's amazing. Do you guys have hobbies?
I actually do. I'm a big reader, huge cinephile, love movies.
Cool.
And I'm always watching. I'm a writer. I have an MFA in creative writing.
I was going to ask you, you went to Antioch, didn't you?
Yep, I got an MFA because I wanted to become a better script writer for these guys, and plus I'd written another book, and I just, I write constantly. I'm always writing something,
That's
and I'm
brilliant.
always watching movies. And a few months ago, May and I we released a TV special. What was it called? April Backstage, where I was the star.
Of
I
course.
just want to give April an introduction for her Vegas show, and what do you know? Everything just falls apart. Yeah. And so anyway, May so anyway, so we did and it's available on Vimeo now, but we
Mhm.
did it on British television. And so but I love old movies, especially really, really old movies. And why did you put me on a frame speaking of movies, April?
Divorce of Lady X is one of my favorites. Go ahead.
Yeah. But anyway, I love old movies, old comedy. I love old Twilight Zones.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
yeah, I love going to acting class. I'm a dork. I like school. I love
I totally get it. Education should never stop just because you're out of school.
thank you. And I love history. I love museums. I love old cemeteries.
Yep. I used to go every Memorial Day and pick a new cemetery to check out.
That's
And
awesome.
I was in Michigan and we found a kid, 19 years old. I don't know what he died of, but he had a Star Trek stone. And it was the badge from the Enterprise, and he had little
That's
like
awesome.
all sorts of Star
Aw.
Trek toys underneath it. It was the coolest looking gravestone. So it was like one of my favorite photographs of that. We had Memorial Day. Yeah, I remember Memorial Day.
Oh, and speaking of Memorial Day, one hobby that I got into in high school and I kind of got out of it was okay, well, it was after 9/11, and this is everything you need to know about my brother. My birthday is September 26th, and so it was 2 weeks
Oh,
after 9/11. And he was at Brown, and Brown is really liberal, but they have ROTC, which is
yeah.
weird. And they had one professor saying, we did this to ourselves. And then he was arguing with the ROTC commander because, that's because when you get because, that's how you win in life is arguing.
Yeah,
And anyway,
exactly.
and
Communication's
so
bad.
the ROTC commander is giving out these metal bracelets. And my brother comes up and he says, "What are those?" And he goes, "Son, these are bracelets for freedom." And so he gives my brother a bracelet and he goes, "Bracelet? This will be a perfect gift for my sister." So I get this gift in the mail for my brother for my birthday. And it's in, the military plastic. And it's this
Naturally.
ugly bracelet. And I said, "What the?" Because he's like, "I sent April a bracelet." I said, "What the hell is this? This is ugly. I can't wear it anywhere." And my mom goes, "Oh, it's a POW bracelet from Vietnam."
Yeah.
And she goes, "I had one." And I said, "What happened to it?" She goes, "Oh, I lost it when I was swimming." So anyway, I had it. And so she said, "But you should wear it. It's really patriotic." So I wore this kid's bracelet for like 3 years until I lost it in a move.
Yeah.
But he was my adopted POW. Well, anyway, apparently his bones eventually made it back because the
Wow.
Cambodian government was going to release him, and he's buried at Arlington. And so I actually want to visit him eventually at Arlington.
Oh, that's cool. See,
Yeah, but
I grew up in Boston, so history's kind of like I'm
oh,
addiction.
it's in your backyard.
Oh
Crispus
yeah.
Attucks, the Boston Tea Party. Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah. There was a
Freedom
musket
Walk.
fight in my backyard when I was a little. I mean, not when I was a little kid, but we used to pull musket balls out when I was a little kid in my backyard.
Well, that's awesome. Well, in our I the cemetery in my hometown was the whatchamacallit, the um Whiskey Rebellion Cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we had one casualty, and it was a guy that was old, and he heard gunfire, but it was like our big thing, you know.
He told her and come fight and got scared and died.
He got scared and died, yeah. But then we had like another guy buried there, the old slave, you know.
Oh, oh,
But he was like apparently like a big pillar. They just never learned his name, you know.
that's
Um,
hilarious. But you know that guy. He's that
that
guy. Oh,
guy,
yeah,
he's
everybody
that
knows
guy.
that guy.
And so, but then, actually, I have some patriots. Speaking of Revolutionary War, I'm a daughter of the American Revolution,
I,
and
wow.
and we joined by accident because my sister had kids and she wanted to know more about the family,
Sure.
and so I get a card every year from the Fife and Drum chapter for my birthday. It's awesome. And they
Aw.
do the wreaths across America and yada 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 blah blah blah. But yeah, so anyway, but I love the yeah, I and then my brother's friend got married at Old North Church.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah. I didn't even know they still did weddings there. But I guess that makes sense.
Apparently they do. But May,
Yeah.
what do you think about history? Well, I love history. And how do you show that you love history? By dating men that are almost 100 years old.
Dick Van Dyke's already married.
Listen, his wife could fall victim to a tragic accident.
Or tragic on purpose.
Exactly. Do you like to go boating, Mrs. Van Dyke?
I am absolutely floored by you two. You're two. You're many personalities. But I always show all my personalities, and there's only one of me. You are lucky enough to share your personality with somebody next to you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what
It's,
I always say.
it's pretty
April,
wonderful.
you're squeezing my hand. Let it go.
Now, do you have any more music coming out? Are you going to be doing an album? Because I know that people like Kane Churko, who is a big Canadian producers out there in Vegas, and there's all sorts of musicians out there. Clint Holmes is out there.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hi if you see him.
Oh, I absolutely will because we
Okay.
have Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you.
Uh-huh.
And we also have That's the Way It Is with the world famous ink spots. But we will be doing an album. Absolutely.
Excellent. Excellent. We're looking forward to that because your singing is pretty good. You're not
Thank
bad.
you. And
Did you
Lady
study
Gaga,
singing?
I'm Gaga for you.
Well, I mean, you're so smart you got into Antioch, so that's because that's not an easy school to get into for writing. So kick ass on that.
Thank you. Thank
Kudos.
you.
And
Thank
did you study music with anybody in particular?
No, but actually in college, because I went to NYU and this is how
Yeah.
I ended up covering the standard, I was going to take a ballroom dancing class because my mom's like, if you're gonna, and this is she goes, okay, I should give her a Pittsburgh accent. Yeah, dummy. Um, she says to me, all right, April. Okay, she doesn't talk in Pittsburghese. She said, if you want to wash, if you don't want to, if you want to, you know, if you want to, if you want to go to a good booty parlor,
Yeah.
and hang out with the elite in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not really how she talks. I just wanted to do some Pittsburghese for
Show
everybody.
off.
Yeah. So anyway, because the Pittsburgh accent is it's like there's the Boston accent and then there's the Pittsburgh accent.
Yeah, it's a definite unique nature of that
Yes. Oh yeah. And
population.
she
Yeah.
goes, and if you want your picture where it matters, she said you got to take social dance. So anyway, I signed up for social dance, and I think I'm going to meet my future ex-husband.
Yeah.
My hopes are high. But my social dance teacher has a stroke and is incapacitated, so the class
Oh
is canceled.
no.
They can't find
So is
anybody else.
antisocial.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So anyway, my counselor calls me in, and it was 3 credits. You know how like in college it's like they have the weird credit numbers. She
Yeah.
says, "Okay, we got to find you a different class immediately."
Yeah.
And she said, "What about a singing class?" And I did the musicals in high school. I was the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz. Laugh for
Aw.
everybody, April. I can still do the laugh. And so anyway, I was like, so I did the musicals, but I wasn't like a great singer. I have classmates that like went on to become opera singers from high school that were
Amazing.
tremendous singers, and I was not a tremendous singer. I need my limitations. But anyway, fast forward, I said, but I'm not a tremendous singer. And she said, but all actors should know how to sing. And I was already taking classes at Lee Strasberg at the time because that was my studio
Perfect.
through
Yeah,
NYU.
definitely get your acting chops down. Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I had to sign up for class that night. And this was all institute kids from Eastern Europe. Some of them barely knew English. But anyway, and I'm the only NYU kid in there.
Uh-huh.
And you had the kids that were singing Broadway show tunes, other stuff, but Gian Eric Douglas was an excellent teacher.
Excellent.
Excellent. And he had this book of standards that you could sing. And the piano player, Paul, knew these standards from heart. Well,
Sure.
anyway, a lot of the kids from Eastern Europe, because standards and jazz are big there, like we said, we're big in the Balkans.
Yep.
Um, they knew the standards.
Wow.
So I had grown up listening to music with my dad and my grandma. So I
Mhm.
actually knew the standards better than I knew the Broadway songs. And
Wow.
the nice thing is with the Broadway songs, you got to have the big range. With the standards, anyone could do them.
That's
And
true.
so Jan insisted that we learn on the standards. And every week I would go to Colony Records, and that's how at AM I got the sheet music. So finally, I just again learned how to sing on the standards. And because I did, years later, we were able to do a song with the ink spots. But I think everybody should learn standards.
Oh
I'm old
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
My
yeah,
ex is
and
still, that's what he plays all the time. He's, Chic of Araby and All of
yep.
Me and yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, they never get old. And the
Yeah.
best thing is that, not only did I do a record this way, but Jan made me very confident. I was able to be a Sig telegram delivery person, a job where I sang literally every day.
That's a great way to get your voice stronger.
Oh, and it did because I had to learn stuff on the fly. I had to, and my boss's whole thing was, well, I don't know this song. Well, figure it out and don't lose me money. Like that was always his thing.
A
Figure it
lot of
out and don't
comedians
lose me
did
money.
that too because that was a great way to practice your jokes on people.
Oh yeah. And I had to think on the fly. And then sometimes you got booked for sitting telegrams. Yes, I did.
Did you get good tips?
All the time. May.
My tip would be don't sing. That's what they would tell me.
Well, this is when I told April when we do music. I say, April, you should do a solo. Oh, thank you, May. I always love it when you say that. I say you should sing so low that no one can hear you.
Aw, that's
That's
so
mean, May. That is
sweet.
really mean to say. Well, you said it to yourself, April.
We're all in therapy. You can't hurt us.
You can't hurt us. We're all in therapy, May. We're all in therapy.
That's right.
Yeah, you especially, April. Come
But
back. It works if you work it, May.
well, you both have been amazingly wonderful to have on the show this week. I can't tell you how excited I am to actually talk to you. I think you are just a thrill. I have so much to learn from you because you just so, you get so many things going at once. I love it, love it, love it.
Thank
Um,
you.
And I want everybody in the Antisocial Hour show to know that you can check out April's website. We're going to have that link below, and her books and her music. Obviously, you had a little taste of that already. And next week, we're going to have Holly Scroggins, the animator for this very show, who's going to be on.
Thank
And
you. And download Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Available on all streaming platforms.
that's right. YouTube linked below as well. You guys hold on, and we will see you guys next week.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I still hate you. about May. Christmas is the time of the year for tinsel, sparkles, and pearls. You said I wouldn't have to work if I was your girl. You told me you were a billionaire in cryptocurrency. Then you took me to the Waffle House, so I guess no diamonds for me. Oh, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad I didn't marry you. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.